on?
That could be me. Yep.
We're live?
Yep.
Hey guys, what's going on? We are here. We're back live. Just Incredibles Hardcore House Show. And Thursday edition, we're going 1 hour tonight. So glad to take all your questions. You know how we do it here. Anything you guys have to throw out there. I got a whole host of things going on in the wrestling business. And just want to hear from you and see where this crazy journey takes us. A lot going on. Matt Hardy's second rest. I personally thought that WWE had a horribly low 2.7 rating going up against Monday Night Football. The No Surrender pay-per-view, which the feedback I've gotten has been absolutely god-awful. And, just want to know what you guys think, what you guys have in mind for today's show. Like we said, we base this around you guys, so whatever's on your minds, please let us know. Tomorrow, quick note, I have my sister-in-law's wedding. So I'm thinking, obviously I won't be here to do a broadcast, but I'm thinking of doing a broadcast from the wedding. It'll be totally just probably me doing silly, stupid things, but I figure if somebody wants to watch, why not do it? Fuck it. So, do we have any questions yet?
Yes, we do.
All right, let's shoot. Let's start this thing off.
Who's the first to tell you that WWF had changed its name to WWE? And guess who that's from?
Julian.
It's from Julian.
What's up, Julian? I don't remember how that happened. I just remember that once we got the word that it was going down, all the referees had to change, to color in. Literally, I saw, the referees had Sharpies, and they were coloring in or coloring out the F and the logo and stuff like that. But we followed the business and we knew what was going on and it was going to happen. So it just kind of one morning you show up for work and shit just changes like that. I would imagine it'd be no different than any other job or anything else. So.
Joni loves cocky.
Nice.
Would like to know that he saw a match on the last call with Scott Hall where he talks about you on your first road trip getting all fucked up.
What else is new?
Can you tell us anything funny about that story, if you can remember?
I don't remember it. I've had many a story with Scott Hall. Scott's been like a father figure / older brother to me. But I do remember. I will tell you guys this story. I was saving it for my book, but I'll tell you the story now. I'll just remember the first time I remember ever doing any kind of drugs, because I was a pretty clean-cut kid my whole life. And I just finished wrestling. This had to be late 92, early 93. Scott and I were traveling in Massachusetts, and I was wrestling the Brooklyn Brawler at a house show. And I fucked my shoulder up really bad. And mind you, I'm 19 years old. I'm in a college town drinking a beer at the local bar or whatever. And I just remember going to Scott and saying, Scott, fuck, my shoulder. I really messed it up bad. And in true Razor Ramon fashion, he reaches into his 1990s fanny pack, which I got asked about last night, and he takes out some gimmicks, some pills, and he goes, take 2 of these, puss. And he drops them in my beer, and I take it, and after about 20 minutes, I start feeling real good, my pain goes away, and I'm like, wow, I could feel like this all the time. And I guess later on in the evening, I was making out with some real fat chick on the dance floor, and Scott's favorite moment of the night, and he's told everybody in the locker room about this, is I was trying to get out of the club, and it was kind of like way down low into this basement kind of thing, and PJ was so fucked up, he was falling up the stairs. And then the bouncers start laughing, and Scott turns to the bouncer and goes, what are you laughing at? He's driving. So, anyways, that's that one story. I'm sure that's not the moment he was talking about, but there were so many who could count. But that's just a funny little blurb that Scott and I always share together. So, coming of age story.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Pete, did you ever get a blowjob from Missy Hyatt? And
Yeah.
if not, do you think you're the only one?
Probably. I wish I did. She was hot, man. No, I didn't get any oral, anything from Missy Hyatt. So, sorry, guys.
We had a question here from Scrappy0109. what was it like working with Sid at Hardcore Heaven '99?
Sid,
Tell me this story because I don't remember this.
Sid was a pretty cool guy. I've always gotten along with Sid. But it's funny. At the pay-per-view, Lance and I don't remember the whole setup, but I know I was supposed to wrestle Sid one-on-one, and he comes out and does, he's in street gear with the black leather vest and the jeans and stuff. He bounces me around the ring, and long story short, Lance was supposed to make a run, and we have a spot where Sid's gonna power bomb me, and Lance runs down the the walkway there because it was a stage area, so they have that little gimmick walkway. Lance supposed to run down, springboard on the top rope, and clothesline him as I'm set up for the power bomb. And Sid balked at doing it, And Sid's a pretty cool guy. I get along with Sid to this day. I do. I like him a lot. But he didn't want to take the bump because he was scared he was going to break his leg. And if you think about it, if you're standing straight up and have somebody in a power bomb, if Lance is coming off, Lance is one of the most responsible and light workers you'll ever get in the ring with. I don't think he's ever hurt anybody ever in the business. But all Sid would have to do is simply fall back, not do anything else. But he didn't feel comfortable doing it, and we ended up doing something else. But yeah, that was that situation.
Have you ever had concussion from one of the weapons?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Spike Dudley knocked me out with a McDonald's tray. Yeah, it's an ongoing rib in ECW. And Spike being obviously one of the smaller guys. And Spike thought he was doing me a favor, right? He figured, it's a McDonald's tray, because PJ's known for having I'm pretty concussion, it's easy to knock me out. I have a glass jaw.
You're getting heat from McDonald's tray here.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm well known for being knocked out easy. I've been knocked out so many times, and it's very easy to knock me out. So Spike knew that, and he figured he'd pick the weapon that would do the least amount of damage in the ring. But then again, the son of a bitch hit me so hard that, I went out cold from the McDonald's tray. So, hey, ECW, hardcore.
Did you finish the match?
Yeah, well, of course. Yeah, I always finish the match somehow. But, I'm punchy.
I really don't even know if I want to ask this one, but they're asking it, so I'm going to ask it.
Sure.
Were you there when Shawn was with Sonny behind Candido's back? If so,
yeah.
Did the whole locker room know it?
No.
Except for Candido.
No. Well, I don't know.
I didn't even know about this one.
I remember. This is what I remember is Hunter would stand by the ladies' locker room.
Yeah.
And they'd have either me or Pac at the curtain. So Shawn would be in the ring, or Michaels would be in the locker room doing God knows what with her. And we would, Hunter would be at the ladies' locker room door because she was the only girl. And Pac and myself would be at the curtain waiting for the match to end. Well, one night, Sonny's wearing this fluffy, kind of very loose material that can get on, that sheds, like a furry material. And Shawn, if you remember back in 1996, had that beard thing going on. So, the match is over. It was the Body Donnas, and me and Pac are signaling over to, way down the hall, Hunter, giving him the, match is over. And, Hunter's banging on the door. Let's go, Shawn, let's go. Shawn's not coming out. Match is over. Candido starting to make his way back. He's still in the locker room, I guess, finishing up or whatever, And as Candido and Dr. Tom are coming through, to go into Sonny's locker room, Shawn bolts out of there like a bolt of lightning, comes through, meets Candido, and as he meets Candido, he's like, get out of my way, son! Boom, like kind of like, shit cans him, like almost like disrespects him. And we all look over at Shawn, and his beard is now white from Tammy's furry little half halter top sweater that she has. So, just, yeah, very funny. But he never, either he didn't want to know or he was just choosing to look at. Chris isn't that stupid, rest of his soul. I think he was just looking the other way. But, yeah, that's always a funny one.
Things in this business you gotta do to get over. I mean,
yeah, I guess. But, whatever.
you're getting a lot of laughs on that one. You really are. I think everyone's throwing down on that one.
Nice.
Julian said he told you yesterday that Matt Hardy got arrested for another DWI. Do you think he'll have to go to jail now since it's something within 14 days?
No, I don't think he will. Our justice system never kind of does put anybody in jail for that stuff. I've never known Matt to be that kind of guy, to be irresponsible, to be under any substances. He was always, I'm not saying he didn't party once in a while, but Matt was always very responsible and had his shit together. And it really catches me off guard. I haven't been close to Matt in a couple of years, at least, maybe 3 years. But it just this whole thing shocks me with Matt. Jeff has always been a free spirit and kind of doing his own thing. So with Jeff, it is what it is. But with Matt, he was always the older brother and always kind of was the one to rein in that kind of behavior. So it does surprise me, big time.
Who do you miss most that's passed away?
Oh, wow. Easily Curt Hennig. Curt and I had a real special relationship. I met him when I was very young in the business. My first year in the business, actually, in '92, I got to meet Curt. And he was just such a positive soul, always fucking with you, always ribbing you. I mean, he was merciless in that way, but deep down inside, he cared about you. He cared about the business. And one of the all-time greats, just to be around. I mean, he's the kind of guy that would, you'd be in the worst situation imaginable in an airport, missed a flight, stuck somewhere for days. And Curt would just always be that guy that would make you smile, that would just, just a positive force and just a wonderful, wonderful talent, wonderful guy to be around. And the knowledge that he would drop on you, just being around him just being around him, driving in a car with him, and you don't even have to talk to him, just listening to him would make you better.
Somebody I've never had the opportunity
to
meet.
What an amazing human being. Great guy. Kurt's one of them, definitely.
Do you think the incident at Bash at the Beach 2000, when Jarrett laid down for Hogan and Vince Russo took a shot at Hogan, was a shoot or a work?
Oh, it's all a work. All a work. A bad work. But they were just, one thing I think a lot of promoters get stuck with, and I know you could probably chime in on this one, but I think the wrestling community, especially the people who book the shows, the producers and so forth, whatever their name is officially these days, they give the fans more credit than they deserve as far as being so inside. Like when Jeff Hardy took to, when he made his return, he talked about all these bad things he had done. Honestly, I would say 80%, maybe 85% of the people watching that broadcast have no fucking idea what he's talking about. Not everybody watches wrestling and is on the internet reading about, all these things that happen. So many fans just tune in to watch it for what it is. Young kids. I mean, you got to understand that, the wrestling fan is, although they're strong and they're powerful in their passion for the business and will tune in and will watch this show and will go to these online dirt sheets, and it's all good. It's what I used to do. Back then there weren't computers, internet, but there were dirt sheets and 900 numbers you used to call to get info, which I used to do. Right, to get info. We all did that, but most fans don't. And, I think by getting too inside, you're fooling yourself, because the fans that are on the inside will tune in regardless. And I think by saying those things, and you're almost leaving the majority of the fans out of the joke. It's like Jeff Hardy speaking to a very small portion of the audience, and everybody else is kind of left out in the cold. And when that part of the audience that they're catering to is going to watch the show no matter